Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the TV6 Digital Desk live stream. Excuse me, my name is Molly Birch, and I'll be taking you through a recap of today's headlines. This stream runs every night starting at 8/7 Central Time from Sunday to Thursday. Feel free to comment and ask any questions you have in the chat as you feel like it. I'll do my best to answer those questions as we go and after the stream as well. With all that business out of the way, let's take a look at our first story for tonight. Iran says it fired dozens of missiles into Israel just a day after Israel launched strikes of its own into Lebanon, targeting Hezbollah. Tonight, Michigan leaders are responding. Iran took responsibility for the missiles, announcing on television that the attack represents the first wave. No casualties are being reported at this time, and Israel residents are ordered to head to bomb shelters. Michigan's U.S. Representatives John Molinar and Alyssa Slotkin say they believe all parties will have to negotiate to bring this conflict to a resolution.
We need to help Israel defend itself. I think it's important that we should not be giving arms, giving money to Iran. Unfortunately, this previous administration has done that.
So I think it's important that the United States is helping to protect Israel's security. We have military assets in the area helping to reinforce, and then also helping to bring us to some sort of conclusion.
The Associated Press reports President Biden and Vice President Harris monitored the attack on Israel from the White House Situation Room. We'll continue to follow the situation closely. And you can expect to see traffic slowdowns on roads across Dickinson County. The Dickinson County Road Commission is working on local projects before the end of construction season. You can expect to see controlled traffic along Collins, Shetler, and Becker roads off US 2 between Iron Mountain and Florence. The Dickinson County Road Commission Managing Director says local partners help keep the road in the county in service.
Our partner townships contribute a substantial amount to make these projects happen. And without their help on a local road system, we'd be very limited on how much paving and repaving we could do.
Harris says he expects the roads to be finished by November. Plans to turn Michigan's largest waterfall into a state scenic site took a step forward today. Construction began at Houghton Douglas Falls and Veterans Memorial Scenic Site. The area is now closed for your safety. We first brought you the plans of making this spot a memorial last December. The memorial will honor veterans and provide a natural setting for visitors. The final site plan includes a parking lot, vault toilet, information kiosk, observation deck, and of course, the Veterans Memorial. This is funded by the Michigan Natural Resources Trust Fund, Grand and Parks Capital Outlay Funds. And Sioux Tribe members received care and resources today at Munising Tribal Health Center's health fair. People came in for flu shots and COVID shots. Looks like my videos on this one don't want to play, but people could also browse tables to learn about health and well-being programs. That's like learning how to prevent or treat diabetes. The Munising Tribal Health Center community health nurse, Valerie Ford, says she wanted to support health across the spectrum, and she says the fair tried to weave culture and health together. One table showed the effects of tobacco use on our bodies, and a health educator said she focuses on commercial tobacco rather than ceremony tobacco. You can find the videos at uppermichigansource.com. I'm sorry that they won't play for us, but we'll just continue on to our next story, where we are continuing tonight on our journey through Exercise Northern Strike. This time, you'll meet the people who make it possible for pilots to fly. TV6's Tristen Kendrick learned why being a refueler is so important for the mission and what other opportunities it offers soldiers.
Fueling the Black Hawk helicopters is part of the nation's largest National Guard Bureau-sponsored training. While lots of soldiers say it's not the most glamorous job, it's one of the most important tasks of the day. Army specialist and fueler Benjamin Perez traveled from East Lansing to take part in this 2-week training at Camp Grayling. He says the choppers can be fueled 2 different ways.
Right now we're doing a hot fuel. We got a FARP set up. Usually we do cold refuel back at Grand Ledge down in East Lansing.
Perez says cold refueling takes longer because everything in the Black Hawk is turned off. He also says hot refueling is the quickest and most efficient way to get gas in the choppers.
We just go out there, pump out about like 200 to 400 gallons depending on how many birds come in. We can only do 2 right now, and usually when it's really hot out, there's a nice cool breeze with the blades.
Perez says his main reason for joining the National Guard is to help pay for his college tuition. He also says the camaraderie and compatibility in his unit is incredible.
I feel like everybody here is my friend, and I would hang out with them outside of here, which isn't really kind of a thing at most units. Sometimes you just go to drill and go to drill, but I feel like I would hang out with these people outside of here. Pretty close-knit here.
Samantha Harris of Grand Rapids is also a National Guard Army specialist in the same unit as Perez. She says she's always wanted to be in the military since she was a kid. Harris says she joined the Army while in high school as another way to pay for college.
I joined when I was 17, so I was still in high school. Did a program called Split Ops where I went to basic training after junior year of high school. So I really just wanted something to do in that COVID time as well, but I've also gotten my college fully paid for, so it's been great.
Now, Harris also says the skills that she's learning here can be used with any job that she works in the future because she's learning to work with people of all different cultures.
I've met so many different ethnicities, people that come from different places and different life experiences, so I've learned to really learn from everybody and work with everybody, and so I think that's been very valuable moving forward in the future.
Harris, like Perez, says one of her favorite parts about the training has been finding a new family. She also says this training has taught her many skills such as planning and arriving early to everything. Harris says the Northern Strike training teaches all soldiers a ton of information in a short amount of time.
We really have to lock in and assemble it quickly, make sure it's all put together, and then push fuel because we only do it once a year, so this is really our time to practice what we learn and really fuel birds hot.
Both Harris and Perez say they are proud to serve their country and keep citizens like you and your family safe. Tristen, Kendrick, TV6 News.
Thank you, Tristen. Coming up tomorrow on your TV6 News Tonight and right here at the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, you'll meet a man from Ishpeming whose job is to put out the fires at Camp Grayling. He shares how being a part of the National Guard has taken him across Michigan and what roles he's played at making state parks more accessible for us. That's tomorrow at 7 Eastern for the News Tonight and 8 p.m. Eastern Time for the Digital Desk live stream. Today marks the first day of archery deer season in Michigan. Michigan DNR spokesperson John Pepin says there are new regulations on antlerless deer. Hunters should check the regulation summaries where they can and cannot hunt antlerless deer. He says hunters could be ticketed for breaking rules and the deer could be confiscated. Pepin says hunters should think about safety while hunting.
Always remember to be safe when you're out in the woods. It's always one of those times of the year that, especially if you're dragging out a deer, you need to be mindful of.
He says to watch out for heat exhaustion and be careful in tree stands. Always let someone know where you're hunting and when you'll return. You can find the deer hunting regulations at uppermichigansource.com or the TV6 and Fox UP mobile news app. This weekend, the annual Jordan DeMay I Got You Walk Run event is set to return in Marquette. This year, hundreds are expected to gather at the David and Through Brule YMCA of Marquette County for the run that honors the life of Jordan DeMay, who died by suicide after being the victim of a sextortion scheme. The event raises money for DeMay's scholarship and foundation for Marquette senior high school student athletes. The race director says this event brings the community together.
This event does further Jordan's legacy, I believe, and it helps the community and the family to know that we haven't forgotten and that we care and we care about each other. And we don't want to see this happen to anybody else. So we want people to know that we do have each other here in Marquette.
The race is this Sunday at 10 in the morning. The race director says pre-registration for the race is strongly encouraged. And the start of October means that tickets are now on sale for the 16th annual Marquette Haunted Hayride. Tickets went on sale for the annual fundraiser at 8 this morning, and organizers say they're going quickly. Area nonprofit organizations and volunteers put together all the scary scenes that you walk and drive by. The Marquette Haunted Hayride president says it may be scary, but it's a community event.
It's affordable. Bring your friends, bring your family, knowing also that you are supporting not one or two, but you are supporting 22 different youth or nonprofit local groups in our area.
General admission tickets and fast passes are both on sale, but fast passes are only available online and are available in a limited number. The hayride runs October 17th, 18th, and 19th at the Marquette County Scaregrounds. Finally tonight on the TV6 Digital Desk live stream, the Upper Peninsula Animal Welfare Shelter invites you to join in a dog party this weekend. Strut Your Mutt is back at Matson Lower Harbor Park in Marquette for another year of fundraising fun. There are vendors, contests for your pups, and fun for the whole family. Money raised helps pay for the day-to-day care of the animals currently at the shelter. One organizer says it's a fun way to support UPAWs.
It's a way for people to just come together under a common goal of, supporting not only, the dog lovers in their lives, the dog community, the dog walking community, but UPAWs and all the other communities that are kind of coming together to donate and to help out.
Registration starts at 10 and the walk starts at 11 on Saturday morning at Matson Lower Harbor Park. And that's all the stories I have for you tonight. Thank you all for joining me here live at the TV6 Digital Desk. If you have a story idea you think we should report on, feel free to contact us at any time. These are a few easy ways to get a hold of both myself and others in the newsroom. And again, you can contact us at any time. We would love to hear from you and what's happening in your community. Thank you all again for joining me live here at the TV6 Digital Desk. I'll catch you again tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. But first, if you'd like to catch TV6's Mandy Koskela and Michael Sobek streaming as well from the TV6 Digital Desk, you can find them streaming at 8:45 in the morning Eastern Time. There, they'll recap some top headlines from the morning and start your day off with a little conversation just to have some fun. Well, with all of that, thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Have a great rest of your night.